No! What's up, card masters? Nightside back with another video. If you're crazy like me and caught the Monster Hunter digital event, then you'll know a good chunk of new and surprising information was revealed today. I won't go into the Monster Hunter stories portion of the event, but I'll break down all the info shown in the Rise reveal. Maybe you'll catch something that you missed. Check the timestamps in case you want to jump around quickly, but don't forget to leave a thumbs up or down on the video, leave a comment, and hit that subscribe button and bell icon to get more content like this from me. Let's get to it. First off, the new trailer kicks off by revealing the return of two fan favorite monsters, the Nargacuga and Zinogre. Two monsters that have been previously cover monsters for Freedom Unite and Portable Third respectively. Both monsters were slightly teased, as you could see the Nargacuga armor in one of the trailers and Hayate wears a Zinogre-esque looking armor. But now, two of my personal favorite monsters make a glorious return to Monster Hunter Rise. One of the original Elder Dragons, the Chameleos, makes a return as well, just as a post-launch release when the game receives its first title update. It's nice to see Rise utilize post-launch title updates like World and Iceborne did, as we'll get even more monsters and consequently gear added to the game. If this is your first Monster Hunter or you've never heard of the Chameleos, without spoiling too much, it's an Elder Dragon that typically uses camouflage to hide and attack, in addition to using poison amongst various attacks. As this is the first time the monster will make a return since Generations Ultimate, it'll be interesting to see just how Rise will put a spin on this monster. Now, there's not much to say about this next one, but unsurprisingly, Rise will receive what can presumably be the new Elder Dragon, which looks like a mix of Portable Third's Amatsugatsuchi and Xeno'jiiva from World. Odds are that it'll play a huge part in the Rampage phenomenon, which is central to Rise's story. We'll find out soon enough once the game launches in just a couple of weeks. Now, personally, my favorite part of the entire digital Rise event was the reveal of Switch Skills. Now, as you progress through the game, you'll be able to unlock the ability to switch out certain regular attacks and Silkbind attacks at will. I'm assuming you'll be able to change your kit via camp or in the hub, but this is very huge for the series. Previously in Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate, hunting styles were introduced as a means to customize the way you wanted to hunt, with mechanics introduced in each style, such as Aerial Style, which specialized in vaulting attacks, as opposed to Valor, which specialized in building up a gauge to unlock more powerful attack options. Furthermore, you could add hunting arts to give yourself an edge in the hunt. All of these are being translated in Rise. Hunter arts are being changed to Silkbind attacks, and hunting styles are technically integrated as switch skills. You'll notice, for example, that the Serene pose chain from the demo for Longsword only linked back into the Spirit Round Slash, while in the trailer it links back into the finisher for Generations Ultimate's Valor Longsword. The degree of customizability and number of options is yet to be shown, but if the customization options are huge, this quote-unquote freeform hunting could ultimately be one of the best hunting systems the series has ever had, as it gives a lot of freedom and accessibility for the player to adjust their hunter to their style. Speaking of switchable skills, new Silkbind attacks that may or may not have been shown off in all of the trailers are shown in the official Rise website, which I'll link in the description. But just to point out some of these that we've seen, the Chargeblade's third Silkbind attack that we saw from the Rampage trailer, the Axe Hopper, replaces the counter peak performance. The hunter uses the recoil of the axe and momentum of Silk to propel them into the air, allowing them to unleash an elemental discharge. I'm assuming it'll be an option select and that you can choose between AED or SAED, but we'll just have to wait and see once the game releases. The Longsword's third Silkbind attack, called the Silkbind Sakura Slash, replaces the Soaring Kick. It's a whirlwind attack or a double round slash which causes multiple lacerations over time, inducing additional damage, which raises the spirit gauge by 1 level. The wording on the site is a little interesting, but if the wording is correct, it might mean that the monsters might be able to receive the bleeding effect from player attacks. It's highly doubtful, but in the worst case scenario, you're still doing a lot of damage in addition to receiving an extra spirit gauge level. Next up, we got more insight on what the Rampage Quests are going to be like. Best way to think about Rampage Quests is that they are siege quests dialed up to 100 with tower defense elements. The Rampage quests start off by giving you time to set up for the stampede of monsters, where it allows you to set up hunting installations such as the ballista. If you're ready to just jump into it, you can always just hold A to start it earlier. When the counter signal is activated, you'll receive a boost to your attack, giving you the signal to jump into the fight and fight the Stampede up close and personal. Previously shown in the Rampage trailer were NPCs joining the Rampage Quests. We still don't know if we can pick and choose our NPCs, but needless to say, they'll probably play a pivotal role in making sure the stronghold doesn't get overrun. Extra powerful monsters that lead the Horde make an appearance as either major threats or apexes. The Apex Arzuros was previously shown off in the Rampage trailer, but just how much the Apex monsters can change is yet to be unknown, let alone the major threats. In short, in order to complete a Rampage quest, all of the Horde needs to be repelled with the final major threat beaten. In regards to the actual general quest, the game is now divided between single-player village quests handled by Hinoa, and the single-player and multiplayer hub quests handled by Minato. Difficulty scaling is now determined by the number of players in the multiplayer session, so anywhere between 1 to 4. Hunts can be joined mid-quest and scaled down respectively depending on the number of players. SOSs also make a return in the form of join requests. So if you find yourself having trouble with a hunt or a monster, you can enlist the help of another hunter online to assist mid-quest. A new system called the Hunter Connect tag is basically Monster Hunter Rise's social media system in addition to how you'll access online and local multiplayer. With obvious multiplayer functions set aside, the most interesting part of this is liking a player. Post-hunt, you can choose to like any or all the hunters that you played with. By mutually liking each other, it'll make it easier for you to find each other's lobbies directly. The camera feature also makes a return so you can play Monster Hunter Snap with endemic life, monsters, NPCs, and of course, your fellow hunters. Also, thank God the gestures are properly animated as opposed to how they were in the demo. And that's the bulk of the new information that was released in the digital event trailer. What do you think? Once it got you most pumped up? Don't forget that the full game will release on March 26th, and pre-ordering the game will hook you up with the layered armor for your Palamute and Palico, in addition to the Novice Talisman, to give you the extra edge at the beginning of the game. Also, don't forget that the Round 2 of the Monster Hunter Rise demo, that's right, Round 2, featuring the flagship monster himself, the Magna Malo, will release on March 11th. No exact time has been announced just yet, but don't forget to download it, especially if you missed the first round. Finally, I also stream live on Twitch every Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 9 PM Pacific time. I play a very mean longsword and will probably stream the crap out of this game once it releases. I'm also getting into speedrunning, but I also love to play with my viewers, so please stop on by and have some fun. That's all for me, Card Masters. As always, stay safe, get mad, get sad, and have fun. I'll see you all in the next video. Peace out. Bye.
Lele, to answer your question, the game is basically
Wait! What?
I can show you the world.
fool.